Hello.
Hello.
What was that tone?
Hello?
That was
The
the
gut,
softest
man.
little hello.
Hello.
So intimate.
Yeah. That
Wow.
was a lean forward and a whisper in the mic.
Hello,
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yes,
The
and
jump
Easing us
scare
in.
of a start.
Easing us in,
I'm
you know?
easing everyone in to the idea of a stream.
Hello, everybody. Sorry that we didn't run our usual intro song.
Yeah, it
However,
was me.
things are happening. That was a Nick choice. Welcome to week 5,
Mhm.
episode 5 of Hellions of Carnocht, the Pathfinder 2E actual play. That's wild. I can't believe we've been going for 5 weeks in this game that we have absolutely never played before.
Never played before, not even
Um,
once.
yeah, if you're new here, welcome. Hello, we are very happy to see you. If you're not new here, hello, welcome. We are still very happy to see you. I am having a bit of a week, so please exert any grace if things get messed up, as I am the one DMing. But yeah, to get the business stuff out of the way first, please exercise safety and caution as you are listening to our game, as Hellions does handle some mature themes, such as but not limited to drugs, sexuality, mental health, all sorts of things. If any of this disturbs you or a scene takes a particular turn that you find anxiety inducing, anything of the like, please feel free to take a step back from stream itself. We would much rather our listeners stay safe. And if anything causes any particular red flags, please feel free to raise it in our Discord. We are always looking for feedback. With that out of the way, welcome to the show. I am joined by my lovely players, if they would like to introduce themselves.
Don't you have a message for the public?
Yeah, but I'll do it later.
Okay.
Do it in a bit.
Anyway, hi, I'm Dani. I'm playing Yenna. She is not a student in at our school. She's just kind of here, maybe angling to become a research assistant. Who knows? But yeah, Yenna is a summoner and a gnome, and she's having a time trying to make friends. Maybe I don't know. Definitely thinks that there's a bunch of dummies. You can find me on all social media as by Slade. And yeah, I'm just here to cause chaos.
Oh, hi.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I was muted.
Oh no!
Should and an ad popped up, so I don't see what order we're in. But I'll just jump the gun. Sorry. Hi, I'm Sedona. I go by Anodesu on virtually everything. I'm playing Gwynn, a very tired elf who is studying wizardry, and yeah, that's about it.
Oh no, we've had more ads.
You can't try and outlast them. You just gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works, man.
It's okay. I think that means it's my turn. Hi everybody.
Yes,
I'm Babs. I play Noelani, the first year rogue magus, and you can find me online at Mustache Babs. We received very little guidance today about our intros, so they're brief.
Hello. I have a dog that keeps trying to bark. So if barking happens while I'm doing this, I'm so sorry. But hi, I'm Dodger. I play Yulie. Yulie is an anxiety-ridden mess, but she loves a good mystery. And that's it. That's it. I dab. Goodbye.
And hello, I'm Nick. I play Tink. I forgot his name for a second. That's where I'm at.
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy? I'm also our kind of control board person for the stream. So as always, please let me know if there are any audio issues or if anything is happening. We're doing a couple different things for a bit on stream today, so that will be especially relevant. But yes, I play Tink. He is an inventor, alchemist, and he's a good boy, and he's never done anything wrong. That's it. I'm Nick Trehorst and Nick Tattoos everywhere. There you go.
I was going to say, are you going to tell anyone where you are?
No.
Okay.
No, I
All right,
refuse.
you're just remaining hidden.
Mhm.
Wonderful. And usually we do an intro question. We didn't sort this out beforehand, so I'm just going to surprise all of our cast with this. If your character were an animal, what animal would they be? Yenna.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I love the silence. Oh no.
Getting pop quiz at school? Who knew?
Yeah.
No, I was muted. My bad.
I was about to be like, Dani, you're muted. Oh no.
Yeah, no, I ran to the kitchen to get a Coke. My man. I was like, I need caffeine for this. I forgot. Look, I roll out of bed on Mondays to be here for this. I literally have an alarm set specifically to be awake for this. This feels like a trick question for Yenna because I know the answer is dragon, but at the
No,
same
real
time...
world animal.
Oh, okay. Honestly, probably like a fox, but like one of those Arctic foxes that nobody thinks is a problem until they get bit.
Oh, the really fluffy ones that like to dive
Yeah.
in snow. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're just so cute and they're really petite and like they're like the corgis of the fox world, and everyone's like, that's fine. And then it turns out, oh, there's still a carnivore.
Then they wreck you.
I don't know if they wreck people, but they definitely bite. Like
Gwynn.
we have thumbs. So
Oh boy, Gwynn. That's a good question. I don't think I've thought that far. Well, she's tired and fed up with everything all the time and needs sleep. So I'm gonna say probably a cat.
Good answer. Good
All
answer. I'd
Gwynns
say.
must receive 16 plus hours of sleep a day.
Noelani, I think she's legally required to be want to be a chicken. I think, based on her deep lore.
Based on deep lore that's never happened in
Yeah,
this
for
game
no
Yeah.
ever.
particular
No,
reason, for
for
sure.
no particular reason. Cute. One of those fancy ones with like the pantaloons.
Yeah, with the pantaloons and the really floofy feathers.
Like a Buff Orpington. Yes.
Yeah. Cute.
Wow. I guess Yulie would be something. I wanted to say mouse. I think mouse is what I would say, probably.
Yeah. Why not
Um,
mouse?
Yeah,
fun.
she
That's good.
would want to be, something that can hide easily but can get into
Yeah.
tricky places,
Yeah.
I think mouse is
Heightened
good.
senses,
Yeah.
anxiety.
Oh, I was also muted. Hello.
It's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic of me needing a snack. Tink would be a rat. That's it. No.
Wow.
Yeah, smart,
What?
dirty.
Smart, dirty.
Succinct.
Smart, dirty rat man.
Yeah,
We love that.
Smart, dirty. Still charming and adorable.
Would know how to drive if you taught him.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We'll find a way out of whatever box you put him in.
I'm now just thinking of the New York pizza rat, like the one that's just dragging the entire slice.
That's
Yes.
Tink. That's him, dude.
That's him. Yeah, no, that is 100% Tink. And on my part, I am your DM for the evening, your game master, and I'm Doodle, also known as Vash Taylor. You can pretty much find me everywhere on the internet via those two names somewhere. And usually when we do these questions, I will allow the cast to pick an NPC to also answer the question. Who would you like to hear about?
The teacher
the
that has all the
Vash.
animals.
Oh,
yeah.
Quintus?
Winstus.
You wanna learn about the cryptozoology teacher? You wanna know what animal Quintus would be?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if you're gonna like this answer.
It's
I don't think
probably
I like this answer either.
Boy.
Because she'd be one of those like spiders, the flat ones with like the big front leg.
trapdoor
a
They look
spider?
kind of like a land crab.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a trapdoor
Ooh.
spider. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah.
That's her.
Hit.
Squints.
Yeah.
What's she trying to catch? What's
Squints.
she eat, students?
Squints.
Look, no matter what answer I give you for any NPC, you're always gonna squint at it.
You
But
didn't have to pick a
Quintus is
carnivore, though.
absolutely. It's either she's a trapdoor spider, which like I'm like aesthetically she's more of a trapdoor spider. But then like the other option is those tarantulas that keep frogs as pets.
Oh.
Oh, that's real cute, actually.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
Like those are
see?
her two vibes.
See, that one's a lot less squinty, I'm just saying.
Less sus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trapdoors are inherently sneaky and like.
With that out of the way, we do have leave your squints behind, guys.
I won't.
I refuse.
You can't find every NPC sus.
Sure, I
You
can.
can.
Yeah. Check
What
us
am I
out.
saying? Of course you can.
Watch me.
But
Oh,
with all
just
of
like-
that out of the way, we do have some really cool announcements. First and foremost of which is that we're affiliate now, which is amazing and awesome and very wild. But yeah, we made affiliate off of this show alone because I have streamed nothing else on this channel, which is so cool. Thank you for all of the support getting us here. The lovely thing about this now means that we have emotes. And you may have noticed that some people are using them in chat. If you would like access to emotes, or if you would just like to support Hellions in general, you may find yourself subscribing to the channel.
Don't ask like that.
That's a
No,
treat.
that's a terrible way to ask. Yeah. I don't know. You put it better. I'm gonna throw this one at Nick.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to support the channel and you want some fun emotes to use all over twitch.tv, you can subscribe. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah. We also have incidentally a lot of subscriptions for Hellions, so it would help with that a lot.
Yeah, we do put aside a bit of money for Hellions as a session every month, and any support in continuing this show, it means an awful lot to us. We love Hellions and we love you guys, and we would like to keep it going. So yeah, there are a bunch of emotes. We are also discussing other things that we can maybe do for subscribers. So if you guys have any ideas on that front and would like to contribute those, please check out our Discord. That's where you can get in direct touch with us, and also just talk about Hellions if you would like to.
And channel points will be coming soon. Just we
Yes.
truly got the announcement
The
like-
end of last week.
yeah, like 5 days
Yeah.
ago. And I put all of my brain into making emotes for today, and I'm
Yes.
happy that most of them are approved. So yeah.
And then I have a little personal announcement. which is that for the last year and a half, I have been working at a video game company called Soft Rains. And we announced our first game yesterday at Summer Game Fest called Ambrosia Sky, which is a clean 'em up first person shooter that is a cross between Metroid Prime and Power Wash Simulator. It is a sci-fi world where you play as Dahlia, a member of the Scarabs, who is sent to her home colony in Saturn, the Rings of Saturn, to clean up what has happened after a major disaster. You can check out the trailer, and you can also check out Steam. It is, if you could give it a wish list, that would be amazing. And there's also a demo up for a short amount of time that you can play for free.
Would
Yeah.
you like us
Can
to
we?
watch the trailer?
I would like us to run the trailer if everybody doesn't mind us running the trailer. That would be very nice. Thank you very much.
I am going to put a little noise warning here, first and foremost, because I have not had a chance to audio check this yet. So, if it's
Hopefully it won't be too loud.
If it's very loud, bear with me. I hope it won't be. So yeah, we're gonna play this and then we're gonna get into game. Thank you very much. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna mute all our mics as well while we do this, just so you guys know.
Dahlia, I know you're nervous about going home. But you're going to be fine. We don't know the state of the crisis. But a job's a job, right? Get in, get out. Don't get sucked back in. Remember, Dee, it's just a job.
Don't
Brain
judge
Don't
my
don't play the
playing
game.
next. don't judge me. Okay? I
Out
like
here
those guys.
getting Grump's recommendations.
Bro,
I am not at all surprised. It's fine.
every single time I play a video on stream, I preemptively change scenes before
Before the record,
recommended pops up.
I saw it about to happen and my hand was just a little bit too slow. Oh.
But that's the game we've made.
Congratulations! Congratulations on
Thank
announcing.
you. Yay. We are a very indie studio. We're like our like head of studios are some really cool veterans, but we are relatively tiny in the video games world. So any support that you could offer us is amazing, even if it's just telling a friend. If like you don't want to interact with it, but you know somebody who would like to, pass the word along. Like that's how this works, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It also might not feel like it, but FYI for anybody who's watching, wishlisting actually does a ton.
It does.
It does affect how Steam will treat the game on launch. It helps them determine whether or not there's like a lot of interest in the game. So even if you're like, I don't know if I'll be in a financial place to buy this when it comes out, wishlist it. Just put it on your wish list. It's a really easy way to support a game.
Yeah, like if you don't have the finances, wishlisting it is great. Does so much for us. And maybe it'll be on sale. Who knows? At some point. But the demo right now is free for the next week or two, I believe. And then we'll be taking it down for a little while we do some magic behind the scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you. And if you're interested at all, stick around after Hellions because I will be taking a short break after the Hellions show, and then I will be streaming the demo for people if you wanted to
How cute.
better look. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
I knew you wanted to stream something. I just didn't know what it was going to be.
Demo.
Demo. That, you know, that does track. This makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Gonna do it.
Cute.
Yeah, but we have a game to play.
Yeah, we sure do.
So
Let's
let's
play
do
D&D.
that. Let's play D&D.
We're not.
Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, Pathfinder. Let's
Pathfinder.
play a tabletop RPG.
Let's play Pathfinder that's slowly turned into a D&D hybrid because I'm trained on 5e. There we go. Woo! So last session, we closed out the assault course that you've been taken through during Risen's class, also titled How Not to Die. Not the official title, but definitely the colloquial title amongst the students. The official title is like Adventuring 101 or something. Don't ask me, I don't know. And in doing so, well, you'd won, which is beautiful and wonderful. But somehow, Gwynn, you'd managed to get poisoned.
I did.
And as you clambered off the last platform, claiming your victory, you had definitely realized, oh, I need to go to infirmary. You'd been sent to infirmary by Professor Risen, who was very confused that you were all confused as to what was going on in that class. Why hadn't you been prepared? Why hadn't you been told that there were going to be live creatures that you would be interacting with? Why hadn't you been told to prepare certain spells or magics? And you had been informed by the professor himself that there had been a docket sent out, a little flyer sent around that you should have received, that you hadn't. And with that strange and frankly unsettling news of such a very specific admin mishap, you had been carted off to the infirmary. The infirmary itself is a large white building on the opposite side of campus. 3 floors upwards and 2 floors down below the ground. But as you come into the main entry hall that is all made of sparkling tile, for a second you're like, oh gosh, I really need sunglasses. You see that there is already a gaggle of clerics waiting for you who cart you off into a bed immediately upon the sight of you, Gwynn.
Oh boy.
About 3 clerics surround you and immediately start taking your temperature, casting diagnostic spells on you. Someone is shining a bright light in your eyes and asking you questions. It's all very, oh, there's an emergency at a hospital and they need to find out certain things right now.
Yeah, I think she's gonna not let them play a guessing game for too long and be like, it's poison. Poison from a centipede thing, from the class. Don't have an antidote. I don't think I have time.
The moment that you say it's poison, you see one of the clerics immediately runs off in a panic. And another one is casting a spell on you. I would like you to make a fortitude save, please.
Okay. Great. I've got a cat trying to crawl across my desk. It's very helpful.
That sounds like it.
Oh, that's a pretty good roll for something that fell on the floor. So, sorry, just looking for. Okay. So that's 21.
21 fortitude save?
Yep.
Okay. So you feel immediately a wash of the weave kind of sinks into your skin in a very uncomfortable way. It feels a little invasive, but
Mhm.
also a little bit like winter fresh, like wintergreen.
Okay.
It's like you've been chewing mint for too long.
Mhm.
And you feel the immediate, oh, I'm gonna die, kind of sweeps away from you a bit. You feel a little detached from the situation.
Okay.
You gain 5 temporary health points.
Yay.
The rest of you are also being bothered towards beds by different clerics. One of them, a young woman in the cleric robes, comes over in the healer's robes, and she's immediately got a little notebook out. Were you all involved in the same incident?
Yes, we were part of the orientation class, but Gwynn was the only one that got really hit. Yeah, we were able to avoid most of the shots, I think, right? And she looks at Yulie, who I think might have been the target of one of the spikes also.
I think Yulie's been trying to like keep her shit together, and the second you direct any attention to her, she just starts crying.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
Is Gwynn gonna be okay? Is she okay? Or do you know? Is she gonna be all right?
She's in very good hands. I'll make sure that you're updated on her condition as soon as she's stable.
Okay.
For the rest of you, would you be comfortable with getting checked out? I just want to make sure that you're all okay. It looks like something obviously went wrong in the demonstration.
Tink just like rolls his eyes but nods, knowing that like it's just easier to say yes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't planned for the students to be attacked by a poisonous creature?
Poison isn't usually used in our live demonstrations until much further in that class. It was for Adventuring 101, yes?
Yeah.
It was the oh gosh she like start rifling through her bag looking for her syllabus. I don't know what the class is actually called. It's called like Don't Die.
Oh, how not to die. Yes, no, it's fine. You definitely shouldn't have been handling anything poisonous. Not so soon in the semester. Come with me to some beds. We'll get you checked out. We'll just make sure that everything is okay and no one accidentally got exposed to anything else dangerous. And she makes sure that you are handed off to some clerical interns who lead you to beds across the wall. You each have a separate little area that you are allowed into, and you're encouraged to just sit down on the beds, and they come through and they take all of your vitals, make lots of notes. I would like you all to roll a d20.
Okay.
All of us, all of us?
Yep.
Don't like that. I got a nat one.
Oh no.
Dice are sleepy
15.
today.
Maybe he's seen consequences. I don't like it.
I got
got-
a 9.
I got a 14.
A farteen.
A 14. Oh man, dude, that was a good one.
I got you.
You fucking
Got
got
him.
me, dude.
So just watch all of your little dice rolls come up. Okay. Yenna, they run a diagnostic spell on you. and you immediately see the light that they're using turns a red color and a worried look descends upon your cleric's face.
Always good.
They don't say anything, though.
Mm-hmm.
They don't write
Mhm.
anything down. They just give you a furtive little glance and start to head out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. I just need to get some equipment.
Squints.
Gwynn,
Yes.
you are plied with so many potions, lotions, and notions that you don't know what you're doing. However, one of those is definitely an antidote.
Awesome.
The moment that the poison is cleared from your system, it feels like you can breathe easily for the first time in what feels like an hour.
Mhm.
And very slowly, you are given a series of health potions to get to your health points back up to normal.
Yay.
The entire process will take about an hour,
Mhm.
during which you are, once the curtain of your little sectioned off area is opened, you are privy to the rest of your friends being coddled. Roll
She'll just
perception for
quiet.
me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Okay. What do my elf eyes see? That was a 26.
You notice that from Yenna's little corner of the hall, one of the clerics is very furtively trying to not look conspicuous as he makes his way to leave. Not to
Gwyn's.
get a piece of equipment, as far as you can see, but to just straight up leave.
Does Gwyn recognize them at all, or is it like one of the ones that had been treating her, or?
It's not one of the people who had been treating you, but you see as they get to the doorway that they pull something out of their pocket. And that something is glowing with magical energy.
Hmm.
If you would like to give me another perception roll, I'll tell you what
Okay.
it looks like.
Okay. So that was a dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay. From the distance that you're at, you can't make out an awful lot, but it's definitely small and circular, like a polished stone.
Mm.
In your mind, you would instantly connect this to probably a sending stone.
Okay.
Not usually used in the Lyceum itself. The Lyceum has a magical communication system already set up that uses a series of tubes that deliver messages and also panels on the wall that you can speak into and talk to other teachers.
Okay.
Sending stones tend to be for people who want to pass secrets.
Yeah. She'll just kind of sit there, I think.
Okay. It's about 5 minutes after that guy leaves the room that Belial storms in. You have front row seats to him shouldering his way through the other clerics and ducking into Tink's room. And Tink has front row seats to exactly how pissed off he looks.
To which he's immediately like tries not to move whatever part of his body, like, the person is checking out or something, if they're, like, taking his blood pressure or whatever. I don't know what the
They are
fuck's going on.
taking your blood pressure and it immediately skyrockets. Yeah.
Yeah. and he's just like, what? What? This is not my fault.
I never said that it was. Stay still. You? And he points at the intern who is currently trying to jot down your vitals, who looks at him terrified and just goes, Me? And he nods. Out of here. Now, I'm taking over. And you watch this small first year just kind of bluster about for a second before running out the room like he just got told off. And Bar reaches for your notes and immediately starts in silence taking down all of your vitals and everything. Not saying a word, not even looking at you unless he needs to.
He was doing fine.
I'm sure he was.
Hi? Like, are we gonna...
Hello? No, we're not. We're not doing this right now. I'm just making sure that you're okay. And then we can go back to not talking to each other. I think that's perfect, don't you?
I really prefer that wasn't the case.
Well, then you're going to be upset.
Right, okay. I guess that's that. And
He slams your notes shut after taking the final test of your vitals and goes, You seem fine. And he just turns and leaves.
wish I could say the same for you. And Tink will start getting up and putting himself back together.
Damn, get him!
That's legitimately what somebody says from outside of your little tented area.
That was not Yulie. Side
Yeah,
note.
not Yulie. Just some random guy in the background. Damn, get him!
Yulie's like, oh, that was rude.
Yulie eavesdropping. You shouldn't be eavesdropping, sir.
It is the moment that he leaves that room that I need you all to roll a perception check, please.
Okay.
Okay.
As the curtain has barely settled after Belial.
Oh,
So
come on,
dramatic.
man.
Oh, he's so dramatic. I want to get this guy a cape.
Clerics don't have capes.
You mean the prefects don't wear capes? I feel like you could give this man a cape.
I'm
And-
giving this man a cape. It's happening. You've done
Yeah.
this.
Good.
You've given me a cape to twirl.
He deserves it. That
He
little-
does.
That little bitch.
I like that you were trying to think about whether or not that was the right word or the word you wanted to use, and you just committed.
Yeah. I was like, that little what could it be? Bitch. He's a bitch.
That is a nice set of peepers you all just rolled.
We got some good peepers out here.
You got some good
Got
peepers.
special eyes.
Ah, yes. What do all of our elf eyes see?
Elf eyes that can see around the curvature of the earth, yes. In fact, it's your guys' cool sense of hearing that gets flagged first. There is a kerfuffle in the hallway where you just came in that immediately has several clerics talking in very clipped, very careful tones. Then the door to the area that you are in opens with a clatter, and there is the sound of somebody being shuffled into another of the rooms. And it becomes much clearer that there is a genuine panic in the tones that the clerics are talking with. Imagine one of those scenes from like a medical drama where it's like, his vitals are dropping, get me adrenaline, stat! Like that sort of thing is what's happening right now.
Mhm.
Except it's like, who has lay on hands? You know?
Oh God.
But you also see in the adjoining area of the hallway that there are several members of staff, several other students, and what appear to be town guards are all kind of milling around, trying to see if they can get into that room, while two of the intern clerics are keeping them back, like, I'm sorry, no one can come in. You should all go back to the waiting area. You shouldn't have even followed us through. This is our emergency area. Please get the hell out. Belial, who had been walking to leave the infirmary, has just done a U-turn and come back.
And which room would this be?
It is the one directly next to Gwynn.
Is it
Like you're in a big hall, and the cubicles are all separated with curtains.
is it
And
Yenna's or?
no, it is not Yenna's.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else got fucked up.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
brought
One of the
somebody in.
teams after us.
They have brought in someone new. And you can hear one of the monitoring spells is monitoring this person's pulse.
Mhm.
And it cuts out. After it cuts out, you hear a dramatic uptick in the voices that are talking. Would any of you like to do anything?
A little freak out internally. I mean, I guess. Am I alone in my cubicle? Like, has my intern left? Right, my stuff was normal, and I was left alone and sort of listening to all this.
Yes, unless I have spoken to you already, your intern has pretty much taken all of your vitals, has told you that you are fine, patted you on the head, and given you a lollipop.
Great. Yeah. I at the start of the commotion, I probably would have like, oh, something's happening out there. And now that sort of the flatlining is happening, perhaps I'll peek out my curtain. I want to reunite with my new friends, question mark, or at least know where I should be going.
You can see Gwynn's cubicle with the curtains open, and Gwynn just kind of chilling there, surrounded by health potions and empty health potion bottles. And directly next to Gwynn, you can see about 10 clerics all squished into one cubicle.
Right.
Through the gaggle of them, you can see the vague shape of a person. Roll perception for me.
Yeah. Go on, dice, don't let me down. That's a 21 perception.
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed. There is definitely a student on the bed right now. And oh boy, they look bad. You can't see a majority of the details,
Mm-hmm.
but there is blood over their boots.
Right.
And you can tell from the sheer amount of spells that the clerics are casting right now that it's not looking good.
I think, she's got that realization and sort of like, okay, all right. And she'll piece out of her cubicle and join Gwen's and sort of like, are you okay?
What? Yeah. Yeah. What's?
I don't I and one can very very plainly see that Noelani seems kind of affected at having seen what she saw. She's like, I maybe one of the other teams didn't go unscathed as much as we did. Um, should we notify? I don't know, like more like faculty, or
I
should we stay for questioning, or?
um she Gwyn kind of looks pensive for a moment. She said, "Honest, I don't know right now. Um, this isn't something I've really had to deal with." So she'll like adjusts herself a little bit to sit up a little straighter
Mhm.
because she was definitely kind of half dozing before. And she looks over at the like group. And you said there's also faculty there though, right?
There are faculty and security guards in the
Yeah.
hall who are trying to get into the cubicle where the student is
Mm.
being treated, but are being kept out.
By interns.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like if there's one faculty there, they can inform others, but
Just,
mm,
and I'll take another peek, sort of, since I'm standing sort of like in front of Gwen, so I'm like closest to
hmm.
the sort of exit of this cubicle. I'll sort of like peek out, like, I guess what I'm trying to surmise now is it weird to me that there isn't like a higher level cleric that has taken this over? Are these
Mhm.
interns actually dressed like they work here, or anything that may seem like extremely out of the ordinary beyond the fact of like somebody got very hurt?
Roll perception.
Can I
Not a.
assist in that perception?
Mhm,
Yeah, of
Because
course.
I've been here an extra year.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Between you, I'll allow you to roll advantage on that check.
All right. Let's see. Not great. That's a 13 for Noelani, who's a little freaked out, probably.
Was that an advantage?
That was an advantage, unfortunately.
Oof. Okay. Um, from what you can gather, there are two head clerics in that room right now. They are picked out by the white and gold of their uniforms.
Mhm.
They are not students. They are fully fledged healers.
Okay, okay. I guess then it's like I'll turn to Gwen again, say like, can you walk? Did they say you're okay? We can go find the others.
I Yeah, I should be. She'll like check her. Can she like quickly check the charts and be like, does it look like she won't get in trouble if she leaves? Like she's dismissed enough.
Cool. What languages do you speak?
Uh, so common, Elven, uh, Sylvan. I think
Do
those
you speak Doctor?
She's a big doctor.
Wow.
are rude.
Do you specifically speak Doctor Shorthand?
Not their handwriting. It's garbage.
Exactly. I would like a perception check from you to see if you can make out
Ugh.
anything
I
from your
think
chart.
Wow.
I think she's just gonna like stare down at it and be like, "Nah, not my wheelhouse," and just get out of bed.
You are feeling surprisingly fine at this point, just tired
Yeah.
mostly. It's like you could use about a week of sleep, but
Yes.
that's your standard level of tiredness.
Yeah.
So
So it's fine.
as
That's
you
good.
are shuffling to get out of bed, everything goes quiet in the cubicle next to you. You hear soft murmuring from the clerics. And then you hear somebody just say, "Call it." And another person calls out the date and the time. You hear the soft sound of something hitting the floor, rolling towards you. Gwyn, on the floor, Noelani, you can see this as well, is the round object that you thought was a sending stone that belonged to the cleric who had just been treating Yenna.
Can I roll perception on it at all?
Yeah, go for it.
Uh, 18.
It looks like a crystal. It's clear, shot through with facets and fractures. There doesn't appear to be any active magic to it at this point in time. And it is just innocuous as it sits there.
Gwen's gonna frown, and I think she's gonna pick it up, but she's gonna try to pick it up indirectly. Like, use some cloth or something, just to be safe.
Okay. Using the corner of your uniform, you can pick it up.
Okay.
This
It
is
doesn't
my
do
first
anything, it
time
just sits in your hand.
seeing this thing. Can I is it familiar to me at all?
It's familiar in as any crystal is familiar. It looks like a round, polished, tumbled stone that you would get at a market or a component store.
What is that? She'll ask Gwyn.
I don't really know. I thought it was a sending stone, but I don't know.
Out of curiosity, it doesn't happen to look any of the items that were sort of up for grabs from the magical pile, right? Before the obstacle course?
Roll. Everything is perception.
Yeah.
Roll perception.
Uh,
Pathfinder really just did away with insight and history. History's supposed to be society. Give me a society roll.
okay. Let's see. 17 society.
No, this does not look
Okay.
like anything that you remember being in the pack that you had grabbed, and as far as you can recall, does not look like any of the magical items that could have been picked up.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, to Gwyn, I think Noelani looks noticeably affected. Like, obviously, we've just had like next door death, basically.
Yeah. She's kind of frowning, and it's like, come on, let's I guess find the rest of the group.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm sure the rest of the staff will have their hands full for a while.
Are you taking the stone with you?
Yeah.
Okay. As you
Mostly.
leave your cubicle, you do hear some of the clerics talking in the one next door, and you hear one say, "How could it have happened so quickly? He was only gone from the room for 5 seconds."
Damn it. Gwyn is now torn between wanting to see if Tink knows anything about this thing versus sticking her head in. But
I would like to ask a question about the last few minutes.
Yeah, of course. You will have been able to hear quite a lot of what was going on. You're only separated by curtains.
Yeah.
So feel free.
I feel like, and let me know if someone would have stopped him from doing this. But given that like the first years don't like they haven't even gone through orientation, right? Like this is the first fucking day and like something like this came in. When the commotion started, I think Tink might have tried to effectively go through the motions of like what a first year cleric would be expected to do in this kind of scenario, other than, you know, like get the things needed, like that kind of thing.
You would not have been allowed to. I will say that straight
Okay.
out. Two of the security guards that look like the city guard. You would know that they are security guards who are posted at the infirmary.
Okay.
And one of them definitely would have put a hand on your shoulder and been like, "Let the clerics handle it, son."
Mhm.
I will state that it was not just first year clerics dealing with this. As
Oh
I
no,
said,
no,
there were two head clerics, but yes.
yeah, but I mean, like, there would be like delegation of tasks that like, yeah. In that case, I think he tried to just like effectively get an eye on what was going on, but also probably try to leave. He does not deal with these things particularly well. So
Roll perception,
yeah.
and I'll let you know how much you would have seen. I will say this all happened in the space of like a few minutes.
Oh, absolutely. It I think would have mostly been effectively checking to see if he knows whoever's in there. What is my peepers? 23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
You don't recognize this student, but you do recognize the cleric uniform that they are dressed in. This is definitely some sort of second year.
Okay.
Specifically, you think it was second year that had taken over caring for Yenna.
Okay. And I think he might have gone in probably with Yenna. Just to
Okay. I'll say the moment that you head towards Yenna's cubicle will be when Gwynn and Noelani leave theirs.
Okay.
So you guys can kind of meet in the hallway if you'd like to.
Yeah.
Yulie, what are you doing?
Yulie was already emotionally compromised, dude.
Yulie's just on the floor of a room crying right now.
Dude, I think I think it was really difficult to listen to that, but she didn't feel like there was anywhere else she could go. So she's probably, if she was just kind of left in a partitioned area to just kind of like rest, quote unquote, she's probably sitting there, you know, coming down from crying, trying to stop crying, just like doodling in a notebook or something, like something to try and take her mind off of it, I guess.
Okay. Yenna, you can absolutely hear that Yulie is still crying. And you would have heard all of this commotion going down.
Is like sitting on the little bed and just like white knuckling because it's like urgently very, very high. But I was told to sit here and wait. Because like clearly like something bad is happening. But like my dude was like confused by something, and I'm like, that's not a great sign. When you're I'm fine. But then they were like, that's bad at your readings.
Yeah, in all fairness, they didn't tell Yenna that anything was bad. That guy did just leave.
Yeah, but like, didn't he make a face or am I dumb?
Oh, he
Yeah,
made a
he did.
face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a
So,
face.
they're in,
He just didn't say
And
anything.
he did like a I'll be right back, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Like,
yeah.
through inference is like, oh, something's fucky. Um, we'll kind of just like there. It's the curtain situation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it just kind of like open the curtains just like a little bit and peek an eye out. Is like trying so hard to be a good girl. She's not great at it though, and is just looking. Can I see the others?
Yeah, you can see as Tink, Gwynn, and Noelani bump into each other in the hallway. So any conversation these guys have, you will be privy to.
Hey, hey,
Yeah,
You also
Hey!
look
hear
over.
you can hear Yenna.
I'll just keep saying hey.
Yeah. Are you okay? What's-
Me? Yeah, I'm fine. Are
Um,
you okay?
Yeah, I was okay, and they treated Gwen. And I'll look around. Is it obvious to me from here which one Yulie's cubby would be?
It's the one with little sobbing and little pencil on paper noises coming from it.
Right.
Is it like one curtain over?
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
just somehow next. Okay, yeah, it's next door. Um,
Is it?
It is,
Oh.
yes.
Cool.
yeah, I'll like here, like sort of like take attention of the sobbing. It's like and draw the curtain a little bit. Yulie, are you okay? But not like go in.
Yeah. I'm okay. Are you okay?
Yenna just
Um,
lifts the curtain and like sticks their head under it.
Immediately like uses the front of her uniform to like hide her face.
You're very much not okay.
No, I'm fine.
You're gonna have to fix the voice if you want to lie. It's just gonna scoot into the cubicle now.
Adorable.
Slowly pulls the shirt back down.
I'll turn to Tank and Gwen. Just like, should we help her out? I don't want us to get into any more trouble. We just got here.
We should get out of here. If we aren't supposed to know that this is happening. They don't like word to get around the school for understandable reasons.
Right, of course, yeah. Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess that they'll find us in our dorm if they need us. And the she'll peek in at Yulie and Yenna. It's like, should we get out then?
Are we allowed to?
You're fine, right? He looks at Yulie.
Yeah, but we were there. Gestures in the direction of the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, and they know we were here, but I have no idea what happened. Do any of you?
No.
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 So, I mean, not much use sticking around, right?
Yeah. I might have
Morale's
to
low,
stay.
man. Yeah, Noelani seems resigned. Like she's like, yeah, like as an upperclassmate, she would probably like agree, even if she's got like, I'm pretty sure there's some sort of report that we should be signing. Kind of these things work, but
Discharge papers.
yeah.
Well, you guys are probably free to. I don't know what's going on. My cleric.
Who's supposed to be teaching our class?
Which class? This isn't a class. Tink points to the infirmary.
No. Because
It was Professor Risen
no, I know.
Price.
Yeah, But
He is not present, I will say that. He walks you guys to the infirmary and then he very much went in a different direction.
look, when we were asking him questions about the class, it seemed like he wasn't given any information about how to teach it.
Right?
And then he was confused that we didn't have any information about what was going to happen. Was he not supposed to be teaching the class, or was just. I don't
mean,
know.
it
Sorry.
seemed like he didn't even want to do it to begin with. So maybe it's like a, you know, the faculty that has the least amount of students registered has to take this one too or something. But he certainly didn't seem super enthused to have to watch over us.
No, I, I think that's when Noelani's like the teacher that has the fewest people sign up for their classes, like kind of thing. Tink's just kind of like
Mhm.
nodding along. I think maybe it's worth seeing, um, if anyone else. He said he sent out information.
He did the school send out information.
he
He
say
also
he
said that he
sent out
drew the
information?
short straw. So he definitely didn't want to be here, and it was something that was foisted upon him.
That's how it felt to me too.
Yeah, and I can check my little pile of mail. I might have thrown something out, to be perfectly honest. But you two, and he points to like Noelani and Yulie, definitely didn't get anything.
No, nothing at all. And I double checked and checked in that we wasn't missing anything. So
So I'm
There
just
is there is a very awkward attempt to knock on a curtain and then a knock on a rail,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
standing in the entry behind you because you hadn't shut the curtain.
Mhm.
Belial is kind of standing there looking like he's aged 10,000 years.
n-
Your chatter is making the interns
Sorry.
nervous. Perhaps you should take it elsewhere.
Yeah, we'll go.
Screaming
There you
and
go.
was making me nervous.
DM, I would like to turn this into my active investigation, please.
nice.
Wonderful.
for it.
Yeah.
That means you get a +1 to all
Keepers.
Peepers rolls.
Bless you.
Got it. If you're going to try and put random facts into some sort of order, maybe you should do it behind closed doors.
Tinkle just
Am I allowed to leave?
roll his eyes.
Yeah, no, Lonnie looks sufficiently like admonished by an adult. Yep. We were just living. We were just leaving. I guess we can go back to our dorm. And she'll turn to Yenna. Do you have anyone that you need to check in with, or are you cool to stay on campus?
As far as I know, I'm allowed to be on campus. I probably should find Balthazar.
Because as far as we saw, Yenna, the professor was the one that was sort of like, "What are you doing here? Get out of the arena." Or was that somebody else that was in the faculty that pulled Yenna away?
It was
No, that was
Risen.
Professor Risen, who was like,
Yeah.
"What are
Risen,
you
okay.
doing here?" Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So yeah, it's like, okay, yep, yeah, you could come to our dorm with us.
I actually, I don't know if I'm supposed to leave yet. To be completely honest,
Oh,
can I leave?
Was there something wrong with you?
No, my intern was just being weird.
yeah. We can go. They'll get you if they
Well,
need
holds
you.
the finger up while Tink is talking and immediately reaches for Yenna's chart and looks over it. You seem fine. There's nothing written here.
Oh, okay, cool.
If there was something wrong, they'd have jotted it down first.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
Okay, well, shall we move then? Nolan sort of looks over her shoulder at
Yeah.
where the commotion must be sort of crescendoing again.
Yeah.
Actually, when you look over, everything is gone. very
Ah.
quickly that area has been sanitized, if you will. The person has been taken away, and everything that was related with their care has been removed.
Well, yeah,
But
let's.
there are a bunch of first years looking at you guys with wide eyes because you're talking about the faculty and maybe someone was involved and what happened, and they're already shell shocked from the drama that has just happened around them, that they are just all looking at you with a certain kind of doughish fear.
Oh.
God.
Yeah, Tink looks like definitely hesitates to leave. Looks like he wants to say and or ask about 5 different things, but a word doesn't leave his mouth before he just like turns and starts to go back to the dorms.
Roll a reflex for me, please.
Oh, 19.
Okay. So Tink doesn't feel it, but all of y'all see it. Belial goes to reach for Tink because Tink is leaving, and Tink is too fast.
Sorry, that was a player reaction, not a Noelani reaction.
that was also a player reaction because yeah, if he'd known, he would have failed that check.
Great.
But, he doesn't.
Great.
So
I think Yulie would be like, did you need to say something to him?
please.
I love it. Please do it.
Yes.
Go, Yulie, go.
Yeah, she would. She would. The second that she saw him like reaching out for Tink, she'd be like, "Oh, Tink, he wanted to tell you something."
I love that for them.
Or sorry, did you not want to say something?
Tink turns around. Absolutely.
Nothing. He kind of steps back as though he's just talking vaguely to the entire group of you instead of specifically to Tink. Stay safe and be careful. He's specifically not looking at any of you when he says this.
Yeah, Gwynn is definitely giving a look, but like in a very like detached like this isn't my business, but I'm judging you anyway. Look.
To who? Me?
To
Ma.
Ma.
Yeah.
Yenna is enjoying the emotional tennis.
Yeah.
Yenna has found her own personal drama.
It's like, wow, I'm in my own boys love anime.
She's like, oh my god, it's just like in my dramas.
Yeah. Wow, just like my fucking mama.
Me typing in, how many investigations can an investigator have in Pathway?
An investigator can investigate.
I was gonna say, I think if you asked the DM if this could just be a sideline additional investigation,
I will allow you to have at least 2
that
investigations
is
running.
what the
Yes.
fuck
Oh
was
my
advising?
Nothing is funnier to me than the girls having this like side thing that they're just talking about amongst themselves. Like, so what's up with the boys?
Yeah.
For real.
Because I think at this point we haven't even been introduced to Ba,
No.
like
Not
officially. I think as
not
we walk
properly.
away,
Yeah.
as we walk away, I think Noelani leans to you and it's like, did we catch his name as we leave Ba behind?
No, I don't know. I don't know who he is.
He's just
Obviously, that guy's
Oh,
boyfriend.
actually, quick question, DM. Would Gwynn have any idea who that guy is? Like timeline wise, would she at least know his name?
Timeline, what that depends on Tink. Tink, how much have you talked about Belial since you've known Gwynn?
Oh, dude. So,
no.
here's the thing, because a lot is the answer. You know it is. You know the answer is a lot. The question, I think, is how often he would have actually said his name, or if he would have largely referred to Ba as his old roommate.
mean, but Bob works here, right? So he is here.
Now he does.
Now he
Oh,
does.
okay.
He's
He
back
does.
this year.
Okay.
Tink, I would like you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Absolutely. It's a 7.
You have not mentioned Belial by name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But boy, does Gwyn know a lot about your old roommate.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So then
Or
Yenna
my
was
friend.
gonna say.
Yes, his old roommate, his best friend.
Which this guy does
This-
not seem to be.
Yeah,
Right.
these would all be ways that Gwyn would have heard about him.
But I don't know if she's connected the dots yet.
Right.
That's my only.
Yeah.
I think
Well, now
I think
that
the
it's
gears
all
are
of our mistakes.
starting to spin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But with his message to stay safe, Belial is going to go back to the first years and interns and start trying to direct them to other things to keep them busy.
Mhm.
Yulie, you can absolutely have an extra investigation open on the side. I will allow that.
Thank you.
What are you all doing? You've been told politely to leave.
If we were told to leave, Yulie would be chomping at the bit to get out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tink would be, I think, offering to bring them back to the dorm. And effectively be like, if you guys want to try and make your afternoon classes, I can take you over there. But if you're not feeling up to it, they'll understand.
Okay.
So he's very much like, balls in your court, but I'm taking us back to the dorms because I don't think y'all should be going to class. That's like
Yeah.
where he's at.
I think a first stop at the dorm, it makes sense. It's like if only to change out of these training clothes, and,
Yeah.
and grab our actual bags. Sure, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
The
So
walk to the dorms is a fairly quick one. You immediately get the sense that Atticus House is purposefully close to the clerical building. Whether or not that is because people in Atticus House tend to suffer accidents an awful lot, or whether it's for some other unknown reason, maybe this house just has a lot of clerics and healers in it. Maybe it's definitely got nothing to do with the fact that Tink blows things up on a weekly basis.
I bet it has nothing to do with that.
No.
Yeah.
bro, he was in this house before he ever learned how to blow a single thing up.
Maybe it was preemptive.
They couldn't
been
have
here
known.
several
They couldn't
years.
have known.
But it is a fairly quick walk. And the dormitory at this time of day is completely quiet. It's kind of unsettling to go from the rest of the Lyceum where there's the background chatter of other students, even if it's been through open windows of classrooms, to the sudden quiet of the dormitory space. And it's not yet known enough to feel like the comfort of a home.
I think Tink would go and A, see if there's any food left. B,
There is food left, yes.
fuck yeah. B, I think he's gonna like put a kettle on. Like he's going to go through some motions as if knowing that this is like probably an uncomfortable space to like the other people. Not necessarily Gwyn, but like the others who are with us. He'll be going through that.
Okay.
We might just try to help for what it's worth.
Yeah. I mean, you'd catch on very quickly that he is making tea and not doing much else because he is helpless in the kitchen. So
Yeah. I guess in that case, Gwyn will try to help because Gwyn is not so helpless in the kitchen.
wonderful.
So maybe
You're
maybe
both in the
Tink's going
kitchen.
through motions and Gwyn is immediately like directly behind him.
Yeah, it's like
Just
don't do it like that.
like sets kettle to like cranks up the heat.
Yeah.
Like
Yulie,
no.
Noelani, Yenna, what are you all doing? Are you in the kitchen as well, or are you in another room?
Honestly, I feel like Yenna is very aware right now that they like do not belong here. And so it's probably like trying to stay out of the way. Like they've tagged along for lack of knowing where else to go at the moment. But like they're honestly probably just like found a seat and sat down. Like they're a guest in the house is basically probably like their whole vibe.
Okay. Yulie, Noelani?
Yulie, I think, would just be kind of following along. She doesn't want to be alone. So, yeah, I think she'd probably stick with the Goyles wherever, I was gonna say Babs, wherever Noelani
Yeah,
is
I think.
going, wherever Yenna is,
Yeah, I think Noelani very similarly. I think the shock of it all probably would drive her to sort of stay with everybody and just sort of like motion, like just like going through the motions, end up in the kitchen. But I think probably on the walk there, she probably would pull out her laminated schedule and like check like what was the class, right? Like what is the class on her schedule that she should be going to while she's sort of processing this thing of like does this class even matter right now in the grand scheme of what we just witnessed?
You are
And
supposed to be in biomechanics and introduction.
yeah, great. So yeah, so I think like, she's going through that emotional sort of like mental mathematics of like does a grade matter more? And then at that moment, like, like assuming there's a door to the hallway to the dorms to get our stuff, or like a door to the kitchen, she like looks up from the paper and decides to follow to the kitchen, sort of like seeking this moment of like camaraderie that we've all gone through the same shit all of a sudden that we need to be together to process.
Gwyn might
Making
look
a choice.
over. I think Gwyn's at the very least gonna like offer like if you need me to make like some sort of like absentee like help with templating out like why you're not there for the first class, I can probably help you.
As you say that, Gwyn, I would like everybody who has decided that they are in the kitchen to please roll a perception check.
Everybody.
Let's go.
It's not a very big kitchen, but we make it work.
But it's our home.
a nat 20.
Nice.
I also feel like it's very accurate that all deep conversations happen in the kitchen.
Oh, 1,000%. Everyone
Yeah.
congregates in a kitchen 100% of the time. Oh. God. Fucking 14, dude. That's what I rolled. Your bonus is what I fucking rolled.
Gee, that's
Oh, love to have someone
Crazy.
observant on this team. Let's be real.
I have a decent bonus. I just rolled bad.
Same.
Okay, Gwyn, are you giving us a roll?
Yes, things just came in.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry, I was switching up my battery. Apologies.
You're good. Not a nat 1. Not a nat 20.
Not
but
a nat
1 in
one.
the same roll.
Yeah.
This is kind of
no.
beautiful. Yulie, you are the only person who notices Gwynn's pocket starts to glow.
I think it's almost like in a cartoon, right? She sees that it's glowing. She stares at it, looks at Gwynn, looks at the pocket again, looks at Noelani, looks at the pocket. um, guys, just points.
What?
And
Everybody
with the
looks
point,
up.
with the
Oh.
point, we are going to take a very short break.
Okay.
We'll be back in
Oh.
5 to 10 minutes, guys. Everybody go grab a drink, go grab a snack if you need one. Just do a little refresh, and we'll be right back.
Okay, BRB. Sorry. I'll unmute. Sorry for leaving everyone with no music. I didn't realize the playlist wasn't on repeat. That's on me. Welcome back.
Hi, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is part 2. We just needed a quick drink break, so thank you for your patience, everybody. Me immediately forgets where we were.
Glowing
Oh,
rock.
no.
Cliffhanger.
Go-
Vash.
I pointed at the glowing pocket.
Point.
Wait, a cliffhanger? Oh my. From me, from little old me, I don't do that. Cool. Whilst you're all in the kitchen, you noticed a strange glow coming from Gwynn's pocket. Specifically, Yulie noticed a strange glow.
What's in your pocket?
What?
Everybody looks
oh.
over.
Oh, shit. she'll maybe she'll scramble to pull it out of her pocket, forgetting that she was trying to be cautious with it.
I need you to just roll a quick fortitude check for me, please.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Okie doke.
Fuck.
Well, a
dude.
fortitude save, actually, please. Go so quiet.
It's seriously.
I know. I was very like, did I lose
I
the
accidentally turned
Discord
my
chat?
headphones off.
Oh,
Nice.
That'll do
I was
it.
trying really hard to I hit the wrong button.
Now you're good.
No,
My
you're good.
bad. But yes. Sorry, it was a fortitude save you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did. What is it? +5. Okay. A little better than my last roll.
The one?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I said a little better.
Anything's better than the one.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. It's warm to the touch when you pick it out of your pocket. A little warmer than you think it should be from just being heated by being so close to your body for the past 10 minutes or so. But when you pull it out into the light, it's not glowing the same red as you remember seeing when it was held by the other student in the infirmary. It's glowing a soft and gentle purple.
Okay.
It wasn't doing that before.
No, it was definitely red before.
What is that?
Sorry, what is that?
She looks over and is like, "So I was gonna ask you to take a look at this." It, like gestures at Tink.
Tink
I
gives
couldn't figure out what it was.
Gwynn a look
Wait.
like I like the look is very like, why would I know anything about? But he takes
And
it
her
away.
look back is literally like, "You've been here for like a decade, dude."
I mean, yeah,
Do that.
but that doesn't mean any item that someone has on campus is something that he'd know about. Like he's really
Look
like,
at
Doesn't mean I
Say,
like know stuff.
yeah.
Roll society.
Me, society.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. A nat 20. I'm about to justify everything Gwynn's just done.
As Gwyn holds it out to you, it stops glowing in a very subtle way. It does, like, the light just dims down. And Tink, you see a small stone about the size of a small orange clementine or mandarin.
Mhm.
You know, small.
Yeah.
Made out of what appears to be quartz. It's not the best quality quartz. There are small flaws in it, but it's polished and it's pretty hefty. Looks like a component stone. You've seen those in the cupboards, both on the wizarding floor and on the alchemy floors. You've even seen them in the cleric halls when you were a cleric in first year. they're not uncommon. It's uncommon to see one quite so well tumbled. Like this one is perfectly spherical. But a lot of people use polished crystal for scrying. There are a multitude of things that it could do. Glowing, however, is a bit novel.
Okay. I think he would like be effectively reciting that. Like he'd be like, I don't know why you'd expect me to know about this. It looks like a component stone. I don't know. You know, like it's just like in the same breath as being like, I don't know why you're giving this to me, justifying why you've given it to him. And he will take it if you are offering it. To like take a closer look.
Are you offering it, Gwynn?
I am. I muted myself again. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What a cursed day.
Yeah, this should work out fine for us. Don't worry.
Day one. So much bullshit.
Tink, what hand are you taking it with?
Normal hand.
Roll me a fortitude save, please.
Normal hand. Flesh hand.
There's just something very cursed about saying flesh hand all the
Yeah,
time.
I know. So that's a 10.
It immediately feels like you have touched a boiling pot.
I think he'll.
It hurts.
Yeah, he'll effectively like drop it into his prosthetic, like and look as if he's been like burnt, but makes an effort not to drop something this hardy on the floor.
Deposits are real.
For anybody who cares to notice, there are several little dents in the tiles of the kitchen that imply that Tink has absolutely dropped heavy things on the floor before.
It didn't. Other students go here. It didn't have to be me.
You've been living in this particular dorm for 10 years. It was probably you.
It was probably me.
Every time forgets the pot holder.
Yeah. It's a well-practiced motion of like dropping something into his other hand, you'll notice.
Yeah.
Did that not feel hot to you?
No.
Tink points to the kettle that's on the stove. Does that feel hot?
Yes, obviously.
Don't say obviously. That's what this felt like.
Are you sure you don't just have sensitive hands? Hand.
He squints.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I. You know what I do, right? I know what a boiling fucking pot feels like.
Squints back at the person who struggled to make tea. So,
I would have gotten there eventually. This is just bigger than my burners in the alchemy lab.
You guys get the feeling that this is a very common argument between these two.
Great. What real friendship. Wow.
We're finally seeing that these two might actually be friends.
Yeah. Is it was Noelani does that thing where she like actually raises her hand a little and she's like, we saw it in the infirmary, but is it supposed to do something special?
I mean, it has the potential to do something special. Any component stone does.
Wait. Where did you find it at the infirmary? Why did you take it?
Noelani looks like Gwynn.
Admittedly, because I got sidetracked. It rolled out from the curtains next to where I was.
Tink like
I won't even make anyone roll for this. The curtains next to Gwyn
Yeah.
were the one.
I was gonna say,
yeah,
would we
Tink,
make
Tink
that
winces.
connection?
Yeah. To put it in indelicate terms, they stole the dead kid's stone.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow. Okay.
we have to return it. Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What?
I will return it. I truly forgot about it. Yeah, don't worry. I will take the fall for this
The
if there
stone
is
starts
any.
glowing again.
What? No. Okay, give me that back.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
go take care of it
I-
now before something blows up.
No. The glowing.
It could blow up.
It's
I
not
don't
gonna
know.
blow up. The glowing is. I'd like to examine the glowing closer.
The glowing is
Yulie
now
would
green.
also like to examine the glowing closer.
The glowing
Yeah,
is now.
the glowing is now green. Yeah.
Is now green.
Yeah. You can roll Arcana if you would like to.
I'd love to.
Yulie, you can roll an investigation.
I would love to.
A
but-
Peepers.
Would it
maybe?
count as her active investigation because she's
Yes,
It's related.
nice?
it is directly related. Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Hey, what's up with you and Ba?
No. You're gonna have to roll higher than that. I got Arcana 21.
Okay. I got a
You
27.
know it's magical. 27. Okay. Tink, it's definitely magical in some format. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any spell on it, though. There's no room for an etched rune or any kind of physical spell work, which you would expect from a component stone that's being used to channel the weave.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it looks a little more like a light bulb.
Okay.
A real fancy light bulb. It's giving off a light show, but you can't quite tell what exactly it is doing, except that it is definitely, one, channeling the weave, two, reacting to some external stimulus if the light color is changing,
Mm-hmm.
and three, that it is making the weave into colors, and that must indicate something.
Okay. He's rolling it over in his hands as he's looking at it and like wincing every time he touches it with his like every time he forgets not to touch it with his other hand, which is very clearly like this is just how he works, is to half in pain
He's
most of the time.
tactile.
He's
It's not
very
his
tactile.
fault.
Yeah, so tactile. Touches everything he shouldn't.
Yes.
Yulie,
Yeah.
as Tink is turning the stone over in his hands, you are looking at the physicality of the stone itself. Again, you note that the surface of it is entirely smooth. And that, in and of itself, is kind of odd. Usually, when stones are tumbled, they have a little bit of imperfection to them, especially one with as many internal flaws as this one seems to have. They can sometimes have little openings or fissures, or even just an area that is slightly more bumped than another. This appears to be a perfectly, mathematically perfect orb. This is a
Okay.
sphere. Beyond that, when you look at the flaws inside the crystal itself, you notice there seems to be a pattern to it. That each of the fissures, when Tink turns it in just the correct direction, appear to make a spiral. And as your eyes follow that spiral, I need you to make a will save, please.
Oh God. Okay. Oh, I'm actually no. Don't say that. Don't say that out loud.
Sorry, somebody just mentioned Fushigi in the chat and I just lost it.
Listen, it's Fushigi.
Oh.
Anyone can do it.
Fushigi. Yeah.
Okay. I corrected myself a little bit. Oops. Not that. 14.
Okay. You hear the faintest whisper of noises, and the room around you grows distant in a unsettling way, almost as though someone has put their hands over your ears. You are detached from what is going on. And the stone gets brighter and brighter in your focus. Not through light in any sort of way, but as though the stone itself has become the most visually compelling thing in the room. It has become your focus and it holds it. I would like you to roll a d6, please.
Okay. 4.
For a moment, you think you hear your own voice saying, "Turn back." And then it's lost and you're back in the room again. Nothing has changed. Everybody's just still talking around you about the stone.
Tink, do you have a light? No, sorry, not like
He's halfway
a-
to pulling out a lighter.
yeah. She notices like a really strong light, like that you would use to see like reflections in a crystal.
Sure. He takes a beat where you see him kind of like wince before he's like, "There's not in my room." Yeah. Yeah.
Spoilers, he's not supposed to have anything like that.
Can we use, I think there's a pattern in this. I feel like, and maybe if we shine a light through it, or I don't know, there's something in there, I think.
He like holds it up again, unable to see it, and just like nods as if he's shaking aside the idea of inviting 4 people into his room. And will just kind of like, yeah, okay, come on. And he will lead everyone into a dorm room which probably used to be livable, and currently looks a lot more like an alchemist lab that happens to have some blankets and a pillow tossed on a bed in a corner than like a room that someone should actually sleep in.
Right.
And will like sit down at a work bench and start like adjusting a little light.
Think, roll a d20 for me, please.
That's an 8.
Okay, when you'd left that morning, you'd forgotten to shut the window, and curled up on your bed is a little orange cat.
Okay, he
Who just
definitely
goes when you look up.
Yeah, he notices after he's sat down, like very much like goes on autopilot, and then kind of perks up, turns around. Okay, of all the things I'm not supposed to have in here, the cat isn't usually a fixture.
Oh, it's cute. What's its name?
I've never seen this cat before in my life. I swear to you,
Oh,
I'm not lying. There's a lot of
The
contraband
cat
in here. That's not it.
The cat needs at the blanket, turns in a full circle, and settles back down.
Oh. Yulie is beside herself. Everything's fixed.
Tink is very charmed, but also very, like, just question marks above his head of why this cat is so comfortable in here.
Yenna, you recognize this cat.
Yay.
This cat immediately moved into the house that you are currently staying in, and you and your guardian just assumed that this cat came with the house.
Have I given this cat a stupid name?
I hope so.
Hold on.
If you would like to name the cat, you can.
Its name is Mikan. Mikan is like tangerine in Japanese.
Cute.
Nice.
Very
Very
cute.
cute.
Just be excited.
It
like, "Oh,
immediately perks up as it sees Yenna enter the room and does a big kitty stretch. Little
"Ee,
greeting stretch for Yenna.
Did you come to get me?" And then we'll walk over and just pick the fucking cat up. It's like, this is my cat. Clearly, this belongs to me.
Oh, it's so cute.
It
Yeah,
immediately
does.
starts trying to like bat at your hair like it's trying to play with it.
This is fine. And it's like, this is Mikan.
All
Is
of you
it
roll perception,
real?
please. Okay. Let's see.
Nat 20.
Ah, nice.
Wow.
I used up all my good luck.
You're using it in the investigation. It's different.
Yeah.
Oh, finally.
That's fair.
Oh, you
She's looking at the cat. She's like sewing in cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Yulie's
Yenna
had
is
a
just like
day.
showing the cat to everybody.
Yenna, you realize upon picking up the cat that there is a little something tucked under the collar that you and your guardian had given it.
Hmm.
It looks like a piece of folded paper. Tink, you see this at just the same time.
This
Pull that out.
this your cat?
Messenger cat?
Not usually, but this is fun. If this is what I was trying to do, I'm about it. I'm gonna open the little note and be like, "What this?"
Mikan doesn't make this easy for you.
That's fine.
Immediately starts to wiggle the moment that you start messing with the collar.
That's fine. Yeah. I'm gonna keep going, like one arm just like under the cat's armpits and like trying to do. It's like I've got thumbs. I have the advantage.
I would like you
But
all
also-
to understand that this is a small cat, but in relation to Yenna, yeah,
Yeah.
this looks like Yenna's handling a Maine Coon.
I had not considered once again that Yenna is tiny.
Yenna's very small. But yes, it's just like, let me get it out. It'd be more comfortable if you let me have it.
This is just the DM making things difficult for you. You do eventually manage to snag the piece of paper. It's fancy, I'll say that. Like, it has gilded edges. And like a little design to the paper picked out in darker ink that very morbidly has like little skulls all over it.
Cute. My aesthetic. But yeah. What's it say?
There is nothing written on the paper.
It's just a conspicuously blank piece of paper.
It's a conspicuously blank piece of paper.
Tink is
very
Tink is very interested in the conspicuously blank piece of paper.
Yeah. So is
I'm going
Yulie.
to I'm going to read aura, which is basically detect magic.
You do not detect any magic on this piece of paper.
I do love that it's aura.
Yeah.
You sound like a Gen Z. You're gonna read aura on this paper.
Yeah. Yulie will kind of go on autopilot and go to reach into Tink's pocket for his lighter and then realize and be like, sorry, can I borrow that?
Tink was halfway to reaching for his lighter, so it just hands it to her. It's very fancy.
Oh, this is very fancy. Tries to figure out how to even turn it on.
Oh, there's a trick to it. Please roll a reflex check. Sleight of
Okay.
hand? Is sleight of hand
No.
thievery or is that separate?
No, it's just thievery.
I mean,
Okay,
I have
roll
thievery. Okay.
I think he kind of grins at giving you the lighter, like he knows he's giving you a puzzle.
I got a 25.
It takes you a second to get it, but the moment that you figure that one part of it rotates in order to unlock the ability to actually make a flame, you get it.
That is so cool. Where did you get this?
Oh, something I modified. Just, don't want it going off in my bag or anything.
Oh my gosh. You were so talented.
He preens a little bit.
Yeah, Yulie will sort of gently gesture toward the paper. I promise I won't light it on fire. I just sometimes it can help activate ink.
Oh, that's pretty clever. You're so smart. And just hands her the paper. Like, you could have learned it. It's fine.
Yulie
I
also
don't care.
preens.
Just these two little nerds over here, like.
Shut up.
God, they're
Yeah,
cute.
Yulie will try from like a decent distance because she really does not want to light this paper on fire by accident. We'll let the flame sort of lick the bottom of the paper to see if anything happens.
Slowly, as you rise the flame to the paper and the heat transfers through to the parchment, you see faint traces of words start to spell out a message.
It's working. It's working. It's working.
The message isn't very wordy. In fact, it just says hi.
Shows
But
it
there
to
is a
Yenna.
symbol scrawled in the center of the piece of paper. Two triangles stacked on top of each other.
Do any of us recognize that symbol?
All of you, please roll society for me.
Okay,
Let's find out.
Whoa. Yulie lives in a society.
Sometimes if you just bitch at the dice enough.
Yeah,
True.
they come back around.
Yeah, they come back around. They're like, you're right.
I'm being a bit of a dick, okay. Yenna?
Oh, sorry. Just
That's okay.
no, sorry.
It's okay. We all live in a society.
I think my society is actually good. Let me double check. Yeah, not bad. I did get a net one though.
No.
Oh
Yenna
Oh,
does not live in
no.
a society, actually.
I don't live in this
no,
society.
Yenna.
I'm new in town.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about the West.
from a
I'm
different
new in
society.
society.
Different
Yeah,
society.
society's
Yeah.
very new.
I was thinking of an old Gandhi quote of like, I'd love to see Western civilization. I think it's a great idea.
So the way that this looks is very particular. The majority of you have never seen anything like it. Yulie, you've only seen something like it once. You were reading a book on codexes and ciphers. and you came across a very popular one that was used about 400 years ago, during a time in which Carnocht was at war with another nation, that had been used to pass messages between trade ships to warn of incoming war vessels. And you remember seeing this symbol as part of that cipher.
I think it's a warning. I remember seeing a symbol like this in a book that my mom gave me. It was like it had something to do with ships, but it was part of a group of cipher, like sorry, symbols that were used to warn people.
Ouch.
So this could be like part of a longer cipher then.
DM, would I have that book?
Roll a d20.
Okay.
Odds is no, evens is yes.
I got 20.
Nice.
You've got that book.
I got the book. Hold on, I think I have that book. Drops paper, runs into room.
Yeah.
As Yulie runs into the room, Tink, are you still holding the stone?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to throw a little DM flair on this and say that as the paper flutters through the air, it passes close to the stone, and the stone reacts with a single pulse of yellow light before the paper flutters to the ground.
Instantly, Tink is gonna grab the paper and put it on the stone.
The stone is yellow. The stone is yellow light. Yellow light is happening.
Huh. That's weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's exceedingly weird.
Yulie, when you come back in, they're all just looking at the stone with the paper as a little hat, and the stone is glowing.
What's going on?
It changed colors. Look. And I'll like motion
lift
to
it
Tink
up.
so I can remove the paper.
Yeah, he'll lift it up and like put it back down.
Oh.
Yeah, the moment that he lifts it up, light stops. The moment he puts it back down, the light begins again.
Wait, what is this paper made of?
What is the paper made of?
Looks to the sky.
I
DM.
taste it. What's it made of? DM, tell me.
Yeah.
Oh
Eat
my
it.
God. Tink should have been a geologist.
Tink's gonna take the doctor's approach to this and lick it.
Lick
No.
Lick the book, lick the book, lick the book.
Bro, I forgot about these two, dude. I your immediate reaction is to eat it. Yulie's immediate reaction is, you can tell a lot about things by the way that they burn. Takes the lighter out of it.
Yeah. Chew it, burn it. So what is it?
Tink, in licking it, I would like you to roll.
To be fair, I think he chews a corner of it. I don't think he like fully like licks it. He doesn't want to upset the ink.
Oh man, I'm gonna call this an engineering roll.
Wonderful. You're setting a precedent, and I hope you realize that.
I do. Thank you.
Consequences.
Your actions will have consequences. That is a 22. Wait, is it? Where's my engineering? Yeah, 22.
Okay, a 22.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. As far as you can tell, it is wood pulp and glue.
Normal paper. Well, it's kind of a heavy cardstock, but seems fine.
And there's no magic on it. You checked to Yenna.
Nothing that I can detect, which has never not worked before.
I mean, I can also throw a little detect magic cantrip on it. So I feel like Tink can offer to I assume I also don't detect magic. Yeah.
You do not detect any magic.
Yeah, so he just nods along with Yenna, like, yeah, no magic. Except,
Gwyn's
and he
over at
puts
the
it on
side.
the rock.
Life happens.
And Gwyn's gonna be over at the side, just like, so, should I be returning this, or is that moot now?
Yulie, those words jog your memory that you wanted to shine a light through the stone.
No, wait. It's like, no. Yes, you should. Of course, you should give it back. Yes, absolutely, but not yet. Because we need to we need to shine a light through it. Where's the light?
I turn on whatever kind of light I have.
One.
Tink, you have a choice of 3 lights.
Oh, thank you.
And that's it.
Let's play The Sims.
Yeah.
3 lights.
And that's
3
it.
You have a multi-spectrum light, which changes light spectrum on choice. So you can go through the entire color gamut on that light.
Oh, lovely.
You have a high-powered heat lamp. And you have a normal spotlight for intense working that is super bright. Because you
Okay.
have to use it to look at the innards of intricate metalwork.
Okay. I think honestly, the first thing would probably just be the spotlight. But I do think without really saying anything to anyone else, he will reach for his goggles and put them on his face. Because I assume they are probably a little, if not tinted, polarized.
Yes.
So he will do that.
Okay. I would like to hear who's looking at the spotlight when Tink turns it on.
It is pointed at the desk, which does not save the people who are under 3 feet.
Yulie, Yenna, are you looking at the spotlight when it is turned on?
Well, yeah, I definitely am.
I'm so sorry.
I
Yenna?
don't think so.
Okay. Are you looking at the rock when the light's turned on?
I'm honestly probably looking at the cat.
Yeah,
Okay.
good,
I'm like,
good,
where
good
did
answer.
you get that? Where did you get that? That's not.
Yeah.
That's not
Oh, wait.
Balthazar.
I'm a little
Oh,
creeped out. Where'd you get that?
Yeah, like, why didn't you bring me an ominous warning?
Can I
If
give
it's
it back? Is it
between-
for someone else?
Yeah, wait. If it's between the light and the rock, I'd definitely be looking at the rock. Because
Okay.
I think she would want to be like trying to position it when the light turns on.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now that's not going to save you from the spotlight effect.
That's fine. I'm just saying that's probably
So,
what I'm doing.
Anybody who is looking at the rock,
Mhm.
can you please roll a fortitude save?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm probably looking at
Ew.
the rock. Let's be real.
That gasp is either a nat 20 or a nat 1, and I don't know which it is.
No, it was neither, but it
Oh.
was almost an 18, and I was like, oh, that would save me. So.
Oh, dear. That's not too bad.
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah, these are
too
fine.
bad.
These are fine.
It's just way too many lumens, that's all.
Yeah.
It's just
So many lumens.
far too many lumens.
It should be like overhead in a garage, not like on a spotlight at someone's desk.
On a desk, yeah.
Yeah, is the
That's
problem
what
with this
happens
light.
when you just steal random equipment, dude.
It's true.
He's stealing stuff.
Stealing,
I
modifying.
mean, just kidding. He
Borrowing.
never would.
What's the
Borrowing.
difference?
He
Hey,
would
if it,
never. He would never.
if it hasn't left the school, is it really stealing?
That's true. So true. So true.
It's on campus. It's
It's
fine.
just
It's
relocating.
on campus.
It's relocating. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is everybody, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yenna's looking at a cat,
Mhm.
thankfully.
Yeah, Yenna is tied up with the cat, yes. Okay, wonderful. You get the feeling immediately that, oh boy, you definitely could have been blinded by this, but luckily you all
Oh,
managed to pass the save to not be. You do see like the weird after image of flashy lights for a second, but you're fine. The more interesting thing is that the moment the light passes through the stone, the room is taken over in a multitude of patterns, dancing after images across every wall as the light is refracted out onto every surface. And not only is it refracted, it is prismatic. It is a multicolor light show happening around you. I would like you all to roll perception, please.
Let's go dice.
As soon as like Tink notices, I think the fractals and stuff, he'd like shut off lights, close blinds, like. And by close blinds, I mean pin up a blanket that he clearly has for this purpose.
I will say, Yenna, looking at the cat becomes infinitely more difficult because the cat has started chasing the patterns on the wall.
Oh, baby.
You're like, well, okay. Well, that's a neat trick, though. Is this normal for, what did you call it? Spell components?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's got a lot of little breaks in it. But this is...
So it's low quality?
That's the thing, kinda.
Huh.
It looks low quality, polished beyond what anyone would polish it for, unless it was for scrying, which then you'd want a high quality stone. And it should be inert, but it's not.
yeah. I mean, you wouldn't get this same sort of smoothness by just tumbling it.
No, it's very intentional. And yeah, he'll be like musing on this as he's like moving the fractals around.
Gwynn and Yenna, would you both give me a people's roll, please?
Yep.
Okay.
A pee pee poo poo roll.
Roll.
I wish that didn't fucking get me, but it did.
Yeah, that's where I'm
laughing, everybody.
I would love to roll above 10 more than once this session.
No.
Oh no.
Pretty please.
Thank you, Sedona.
You're welcome. It was a dirty 20. I had to.
Awful. We're adults.
The 2 in
Professionals in our
Pathfinder
field.
2 stands for our age. It's fine.
yeah, I know it really does. Noelani, you're the first to notice it. Then Gwynn. Then Tink and Yulie. Then Yenna. The colors are coalescing into a spiraling pattern against one of the flat walls. And within the center of that pattern, the colors merge together to create a moving image. You see the hand of someone grasp down towards what you can only imagine is the stone. And the person behind the hand looks like Tink. Yulie is standing behind him. Looking out of place and dressed in strange clothes that Yulie you don't recognize. and it lasts for just a second before it cuts out and all of the colors bleed out again into their spiraling patterns.
Um.
And it's at that moment that there is a knock on the dormitory door.
Oh boy.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for Hellions
Yeah.
episode 5.
Oh, man, we'll never go to class.
So ends our session for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you same time, same place next week.
Oh.
It's been fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please consider supporting the stream and the show with a subscribe. We have awesome new emotes now if you want access to those. And we will work on getting those channel points sorted for next time. See you soon.
Yes. See you soon, everybody.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
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 Oh. 1 second. There we go. I probably should have waited to start the music, but thank you all so much for coming. Crazy things are happening in this game that we've clearly never played before. So yeah, I am going to fire us off to raid somebody. I mean, probably Austin again if she's live. Oh, you know what? Let's head over to see Strippin to see Doog's hubby. So yeah, I'll send you guys over there after. And yes, Vash will be back in 15 minutes playing a demo of Ambrosia Sky. So if you'd like to hang out for that, you can do that as well. Last but not least, yeah, please remember that you can support the channel now by giving us a little subby. It will really help out. Everything's gonna basically go to our DM who pays for a ton of stuff for the stream. So that'd be really lovely. Otherwise, we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.